Hey guys, good morning, everybody. Today is Friday, January 6th. Happy Friday, everyone. It is 6:17 right now. Market's going to open in about 13 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and set up this room real quick, and then we will get started shortly. So just give me a few moments to finish setting everything up here. It shouldn't take too long. And then we will analyze the charts. Just an FYI, today's NFP. I'm sure all you guys are aware of that. So I don't think I'm going to be taking the breakout 2.0. Price was bearish, and then when the news came out, it's bullish. So might see some choppy movement back to the downside as we continue to analyze for the day. So we'll take the market as is, and then we'll take advantage of whatever we see as price continues to move along. If price stays above, then we'll look for some buys. If price comes back below for correction, then we'll look for some sells. But we'll see what happens when the market opens in the next couple of minutes or so. So it's a few more things here to update. And then I will send this link out to you guys here in the premium so that we can get started. All right, everything is updated. Let me get this link sent out to you guys here. And we should be good to go. All right. Looks good, guys. Post this up in a few more other places here. Social media. All right, so one last place, and then we should be good to go, guys. So I'll give it a few more moments for people to make their way in. Let me grab my phone real quick. All right. Just post this up in one more place. We should be good to go. Hey, Keonia. Morning. Morning, everybody. So today's Friday, January 6th, guys. Happy Friday, everyone. Hopefully everyone had a great trading week so far. We didn't really have too many trades, but we also didn't have any losses, which is a good thing. Just an FYI, I know most of you guys know today is NFP, so just something to keep in mind. You guys can see US30 was bearish, and then when NFP came out right here at 5:30, it just spiked up. So I'm not going to be taking the breakout today, unfortunately. I was hoping price would continue in the direction that it was going, but price was very bearish here, and then it spiked all the way up right here during NFP. So the problem with that is that we won't really know if price is going to continue, right? Price can either continue or it can correct back down to where it was prior to NFP. So the thing with that is that you don't want to take anything too risky, because you might hop into a trade and then price just might spike the other way, right? I mean, if you guys want to take it, you guys are more than welcome. I'll mark up the breakout 2.0 if and when it does come up. But that's the double-edged sword there. Because the breakout 2.0 is obviously going to be a buy, right? There's no way it's going to be a sell in the next 10 minutes. Everything here is bullish. So if we were to take the breakout 2.0, it'd be a buy. And the problem with that is, if price continues to retrace down further on open, then you're going to get screwed, right? You're going to get automatically stopped out. So I don't necessarily recommend taking it. If you guys want to take it, some of you guys do still like taking that trade. I do recommend probably taking it with a small lot size. I won't be taking it myself. However, I will be looking for other scalps here. So if I do see some scalps on the lower time frames, once the market is confirmed whether price is going to continue up or whether it's going to retrace down, then I'll look for entries at that point. But for the breakout, I'm not going to play with it. It's just not really worth the risk, in my opinion. But for you guys who are risk takers, you guys are more than welcome to take it if you like. So good morning, guys. Let's see who else is here. Morning, Kenny. Morning, everybody. Market is going to open in about 8 minutes. Let me go ahead and mark up news price real quick. Let me just go over here to the 1 minute, pull this up, clean up my charts. Everything's clean. We had news over here at 5:30. NFP, obviously, pretty much everything was positive except for average hourly earnings, which was somewhat negative. And then we have more news here at 7 o'clock and 8:15. The Fed's going to be speaking regarding the NFP news. So 5:30 and 7 is the news times. You can see how far price pushed up a lot since 5:30. 5:30 is right here. That's news price. You can see the movement that happened due to NFP. So price spiked up about 4,000 pips, which is normal for NFP, right? That always happens during NFP. So 4,000 pip push, this is where you want to be careful, because when market opens in the next 7 minutes, one of two things will happen, right? Price will either correct back up, or it'll correct back down, or it'll continue pushing back up higher, right? So price can really go either way. If you're trading on open, this is going to be a real big gamble, because you really don't know where price is going to go, right? It can go either way. My guess is that price will continue up higher, but as I mentioned, I'm not going to take that risk, because I'm not going to risk like $5,000, $3,000 just to gamble on this trade here. I don't trade like that. When I trade, I only take trades when I'm absolutely sure I know where price is going. And right now, I'm not absolutely sure. I have two different scenarios: price will either correct down, or it's going to push up. And you don't want to take a trade when you have a 50% chance. You want a higher probability that price will go in that direction. So what I'm going to do here is I'll mark up the breakout 2.0. Obviously, we'll see if it plays out here on the 10. It's going to be a buy, of course. So I'll just mark it up here for you guys if you guys want to take it. I will not be taking it, but I will be looking here on the 1 minute. So if price continues to stay up, then I'm going to look for buys. If price continues right back down, then I'm going to switch over to some sells, because you just want to wait for that confirmation first. I mean, price is going to go either way, but I'm going to wait for it to actually confirm before I hop into anything. Hey, Christian, how's it going? Morning. Morning, Saren. Morning, Maria. Morning, everybody. All right, so I got everything marked up right here. So here is the, so let's just analyze for the breakout 2.0 real quick. We got about 6 minutes till open. So let me put the requirements for the breakout 2.0. But the main thing that you want to be careful for and understand, if you guys are new here, or if you guys are not familiar with NFP, NFP is non-farm payroll. It's basically like one of the biggest economic news that happens once a month. It always happens the first week of each month. And you guys can see the big spike here following the NFP. And this is pre-market. So this isn't even when market is opened yet. So you can only imagine how price is going to move when the market actually opens. Anyways, looking over here at the breakout 2.0, we want to confirm the trend on the 10 minute, 30 minute, and 1 hour. You can see here on the 1 hour, price was bearish. If I was to rewind this prior to NFP, price is actually very bearish right here. But because of NFP, it pushed price to the upside, right? So now it is bullish, but it hasn't really confirmed yet. It just spiked up. It's not necessarily up there and staying up there. This can just be a temporary push to the upside. So we don't necessarily have a strong bullish confirmation here on the 1 hour with regard to the trend. So we can't really confirm it. Same thing with the 5 here, or the 30 minutes, sorry. Let me go and just replay this before news happened. So if you look over here, before news happened, price was very bearish, right? If that was the case, we would have been looking for sells here for the breakout 2.0. This is the reason why I don't want to take the trade here for the 2.0, because if this was the case and there was no NFP today, we would have been looking for a sell, right? But since price spiked up due to the news, now we're possibly looking here for a buy. So, as I mentioned, I'm not going to take this breakout 2.0 because of NFP. I typically don't take it on heavy news days, because there's a lot of uncertainty as to where price is going to go, especially if you're going for a big move like this, 1,500 pips. You want to be very careful about what you decide to take. So I'll mark this up for you guys here. This is the breakout 2.0. It's just obviously a buy because of the news right here, but not one that I would necessarily risk taking. Looking over here on the 1 minute, you guys can see the same thing happen here. The 10 minute here was bearish, 5 minute was bearish, 1 minute was bearish. It just spiked up because NFP. So we'll see what happens when the market opens and moves around. If it stabilizes up top, then we'll look for buys. If price comes back below and just corrects back down, we'll look for some sells. But we'll have to see what happens when the market opens shortly. So we had news at 5:30, and then we have news over here at 7. So this is pretty much the main news for today. We have the Fed speaking at 8:15. but that is going to be at the end of our live session. So it's not going to be a big deal for us anyways. All right, so we'll take a look at this here. What I'll look for as well is I'll line up the breakout with the 2.0 breakout 1.0 and breakout 2.0. Breakout 1.0 is on the 1 minute. So we're just looking for a strong candle in the direction of overall trend and bias, which right now is obviously bullish at the moment. So we'll see. Morning, Rashida. Morning, Sam. iPhone said, how do people trade before market? I'm not able to on MT4. You should be able to, iPhone. If you, what are you trading? Are you trading stocks? Are you trading US30 or what are you trading? Because the market is technically open 24 hours, but the US market doesn't open until, or the New York Stock Exchange doesn't open until 5:30. So if you're trading stocks don't open until 6:30. US30 is tradable right now. What broker are you using on MT4 iPhone? Because it's moving on mine. I have my MT4 open right now. US30 is at 24. I'm not sure. I don't use Coinex, but dang, I haven't seen anybody use Coinex in years. You're probably the only person I know using Coinex. Is anybody here using Coinex, and is it not working for you guys? Because it should be working. US30 is a 24-hour market. The only thing you can't trade is stocks, because the stock market hasn't technically opened yet. I mean, there's pre-market trading, but your Coinex should be working. I would recommend closing your MT4 and reopening it. It should be working. I don't know any issues with Coinex. I don't use Coinex myself, so I have no idea if it's down right now. It might be down. I'm not sure. But yeah, if anybody's using Coinex in the group, if you guys can just put some input in the chat to say it's just to see if it's working or not. I don't know anyone who still uses Coinex. I know people use it like a while back, like 2 or 3 years back, when it was like the cheap option to trade US30, but I don't know anybody else using it anymore. So I'm not sure iPhone. It should be working though, because I don't think any markets are down. There's no holiday today. It says trade disabled. Is it moving on your chart, iPhone, or is it just like not moving at all? Because if it's still moving, but you can't enter trades, then it's going to be, if it says trade disabled, the broker might have, okay. So what might happen is you probably don't have enough money in your account. That's probably the thing. Okay, guys, so here's a breakout 2.0. I'm going to mark this up real quick. I'm not in this position. As I mentioned, I'm not taking this position here because of the, I'm not taking this position because of NFP. NFP pushed price up. It was bearish before NFP. So you have a lot of manipulation here based off the news. I'll mark it up right here and we'll just leave it as is. And then we'll see where price goes here. If price closes with a strong green bullish candle here, then this will technically be the breakout 1.0, the regular breakout. And this will go aligned with the 2.0. But yeah, so iPhone, if the chart's moving, that means that it still works and it's still there. The main thing that I can assume is that you probably don't have enough money in the account. If the trade is disabled, that means you don't have enough money to cover margin. I don't know how much money you need to trade on Coinex. I think it was like a minimum of $100. So if you have under $100, it's probably not going to work. That's probably why it's still disabled. Then I don't know. So what yeah, you should probably just reach out to them, because that's the only thing I could think of. Like if it's moving on your chart, then it shouldn't be disabled. The only other thing that I can think of is the broker has they no longer carry US30. So that might be the thing too. There's like a couple things that can be the issue. Either the chart's frozen and then our data is not working, but you said it's moving, so that's not the thing. The other thing is like you don't have enough funds in the account to trade the asset, because US30 is an expensive asset compared to other ones. I know Coinex was like one of the cheaper options where you can trade with like as little as $100, but they might have changed it. So if they change the lot sizes, then you possibly might need more to cover margin. Typically on a lot of brokers, you need at least 1,000 in the account to trade US30. Like if you were to trade on Hugo's Way or any of these other brokers that people use, typically it's like 1,000 minimum to have margin covered. If that's not the case, then the broker probably doesn't carry US30 anymore. So yeah, you probably want to reach out to them, because I kind of those are the only options that I can think of. If you say that you have enough to cover it, then it might just be on their end. Yeah, no problem, iPhone. That's weird that it's disabled. Or you know what they might do? They might have disabled it because of NFP. They don't want people gambling, because that's one thing too. A lot of people like to gamble when NFP comes out, and then they just disable the entire asset so people don't trade during this time. So a couple of different things there to keep in mind. All right, so I have the breakout 2.0 marked up. If this closes as a strong red candle, as a strong green candle, which hasn't happened yet, then it could be a possible entry for breakout 1.0. We have breakout 2.0 right here, and then I'll mark up the normal breakout right here as well. If it does, close as a strong green candle. If that's the case, then maybe I'll take it for a partial move. It'll be speculative though. It's not going to be anything that I'm going to count, because obviously it's a risky trade here. But typically if the breakout 2.0 and original breakout line up, it's probably going to keep pushing in that direction, at least to a certain extent. So we'll see where it goes here. This price continues to move along. But I'm not in this position here. I'm just marking it up for you guys to see and follow if it's something that you guys want to take. As I mentioned, today's NFP, so it's very risky to take trades like this. This is the breakout, regular breakout. It's currently running. I was going to try to take it for a partial move. I took it real quick and it hit my TP already. So I'm not going to count that trade. I just told you guys, as I mentioned, if it does close as a breakout, regular breakout, it's going to align with the breakout 2.0, which is currently running right here. Breakout 2.0 is almost at full TP. If you guys are in this position, I highly recommend you move your stop loss and profit. It's not the day to get greedy. It's NFP. So put an alert right there for full TP on the breakout 2.0 so that I can notify you guys when it hits. The regular breakout is currently running right now too, but it's right at the session. So this might be a risky area to hold on to the trade. So before this thing right here played out, I mentioned if this does close out, I'm going to take it for a partial move. It's going to be a speculative move, not counted, but it did hit my TP right away. And I locked in a lot of profit off this right here, actually. I'll send you guys the screenshot of it, and then I'll show you guys what I locked in. I locked in 1,300 on my first account, 2,000, some slippage on my FTMO copier, $16 on my Hanko trade, 1,300 on my MFF, and then 1,500 on my TFF. So it worked out in my favor. And the breakout just hit full TP right there. So if you guys took it, this is where I like where the confluence lines up. If the regular breakout lines up with the breakout 2.0, odds of it hitting are very likely. That's why when I saw these two line up, I was like, okay, I'll take it for a partial move, just 100 pips, hit my TP, pulled out, and then I pretty much just let it run to where it was going to go. The reason why I didn't hold it was because of the sessions right here. So I'll give a little update in the group right here for the breakout, regular breakout. For you guys who took it, make sure you pull out of this position, or if you guys are still holding on to it, move your stop loss and profit at the very least. 2.0 is still running, but you can see right here, it's coming right back down. This is why you got to be really risk averse when it comes near the sessions. I don't like trading around this area because you can see how it faked out, right? Price came up, faked out, now it's coming right back down. So today's not the day to get greedy. That's like the main thing I got to emphasize. Whenever there's heavy news, definitely not the time to take anything that's too risky, because you really don't know where price is going to go, right? You don't want to put anything at chance. Like for me, I took it for a quick 100 pips, locked in $1,000 or more per account, and I'm happy with that. I'm good. I'm not risking anything. I'm kind of like pretty content actually with what I locked in, but let me just take a screenshot on my profits. We're still looking for entries, guys, so don't worry. You guys are not missing out on anything if you didn't take this or take any of these entries. You had 3 different opportunities here. You had the breakout 2.0, regular breakout, and then I mentioned that what I was doing, I took like a little partial move. It's not going to count towards today's profits because it's not an official trade, but I did lock in some profit off that there. I tried to warn you guys before what I was doing, but it wasn't necessarily recommended. I only did it because I knew what I was doing. From time to time, I'll take these speculative moves and then I'll lock in profit. And this is exactly what I mean, right? So see why it's telling you guys to like pull out and profit if you're happy with the profits, because you're going to get this crazy movement here. There's no direction in price set yet because let me just clean this up. There's no direction in price because like this big push right here was based off news. Typically price is supposed to be down here. This is where price is supposed to be. And I'll just replay it to this area right here. So this is prior to NFP. Before news, price was going down. And then all of a sudden NFP happened and this thing spiked up like 4,000 pips. So that's why I wasn't really concerned with taking anything specific. We need to wait for confirmation here. Is price going to come back down? So this is the main thing we're looking for. Whether price is going to come back down here and correct to where it was before news, which is this pink line, or whether price is going to push up further and continue blasting through to the upside. Yeah, let me just take my screenshot of my profits real quick to show you guys what I locked in. Looks like some of you guys made profit. If you guys did make profit, go ahead and send in your profits and then we'll add them to the list for today. If you didn't, it's fine. We're still going to be waiting for official entries to come up, which should come up in the in the next hour or so, hopefully. It's only 6:38 right now, so we still have like about an hour until, or over an hour actually, till 8 o'clock. So there's a lot of time for opportunity here. Just gotta wait and be patient for it. But that was a good start for today. A little speculative move. And TFF finally paid me out properly. Well, not paid me out, but profit on this trade. All right. So I'm back to running all of my accounts again. I took a break with TFF for a while because they were giving me partial profit, but they played out fine today. So let me just go ahead and post up my profits real quick, guys. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. I know there's a couple questions already pending there, so I will go over and take a look. Just give me 1 second to finish posting my profits right here. All right, so there goes my profit. So let me just show you guys real quick what I locked in. So this is for the breakout, the one that I just mentioned right here. I took it for a partial move, just 100 pips. So here's my main account right here. I locked in 1,310. This is my FTMO number one. For some reason, I didn't get the green strip, but it's okay. I'm fine with that. Here's my FTMO number two. I locked in a total profit of 2,060 off this account. There's a lot of slippage on this one because I was only supposed to lock in 1,000. For this one, I locked in 1,300, and this one I locked in 2,000 because it just blasted right through my TP. Here's my MFF account. You can see this is MFF because it doesn't have the dot cash after it here. I locked in 1,310, so a little more on this one. MFF number two, 1,310, and then MFF number three, 1,310. Here is my TFF account. You can see it has the dot cash at the end, similar to FTMO. Locked in 1,500 on this one, some slippage in my favor. And then my personal account, Hanko trade over here, took a small lot size, .10, total profit of $17 there. So pretty solid. Just for a quick little move there. So let's put a quick partial profit off that. Very good entry on the live session. Yeah, so not bad. I'm still looking for entries though, guys, so don't worry. You can see here on the 1 minute price is below the pivots now. This is where it becomes a little bit iffy because at this point, price can just shift back down, right? This is why I wasn't looking for any entries on open, because there was no confirmation as to the direction of price. Until we get a confirmation there, I'm not really looking to take anything here too risky until we know where price is actually going. Looking over here, Nelly posted his profits. He took the breakout as well. Locked in a total profit of 760 for the day. Nice work right here with the green strip. Looks like he let that run a full TP. Great work, Nelly. And then we have Rashida over here, her first account. She locked in a total profit of 735 right here. Nice work. All wins, no losses. Great work, Rashida. And then her second account over here locked in a total profit of 585. Great work, Rashida. All right, so other than that, pretty solid work so far. Here you can see prices coming back down. This is exactly why I wasn't looking to take any trades just yet, right? Because you can see here on the 5, it's starting to correct right back down. Same with the 10 over here. It's correcting right back down. And this is what I anticipated. So not really too big of a surprise there. I mean, this is what we were expecting, right? I mentioned on the open, price is going to do one of two things. It's either going to, so market open right here at 630. Let me mark up opening price. We kind of anticipated this to happen already. All right, so this is opening candle right here. I mentioned when market opened right here, price was going to do one of two things. It was either going to correct back down to this pink line right here, which is where news happened, or price was going to shoot up and continue up higher, right? So you can see right here that it faked out to the top. Now it came right back down. It's correcting down super hard right now. This is why you want to be careful about trading news, especially NFP day, because you get something like this. See market open right here, pushed up about 1,400 pips, and then it dropped right here 1,600 pips. So let me just clean this up a little bit. I don't want too much stuff on my chart that's unnecessary. We just have our red flags here: sessions, opening price. Put this right here, and then we have news over here. So just so that you guys are aware, and you can see price is coming right back down to where it's supposed to be. So before news happened, price was down below here. And this is exactly where it's supposed to be. So we'll see where price moves. If price drops below there, then great. We'll start looking for some sells. But if not, we'll continue looking for some buys here. Price might just bounce off this pivot and come right back up. We have no sure confirmation that price is actually going to do that. So I think that's it for the news today. We have news at 7 o'clock in about 15 minutes. And then we got, I'll refresh this real quick. Yeah, that's about it. And we have news at 8:15. Fed Cook is going to be having a speech, and Fed Bostic. So a lot of Fed members are speaking today. Fed Cook, Fed Bostic, Fed Barkin. They're going to be discussing the NFP news and the future of the U.S. economy as we kick off the year. So just want to be very aware of what's going on behind the scenes. See who's here. Morning, Douglas. AT, how's it going? Man City's asking, good morning, Sean. Questions regarding equities. I heard that NASDAQ 100 is more volatile than US30. What are your thoughts from experience? I think US30 is a lot more volatile. So the reason behind that is because, so here's, and I'll just give you a little, let me just go over here real quick. So I'm not sure if you understand the difference. So US30 is top 30 stocks in the US, right? You know that, right? I'm sure you probably know that. So US30 is a top 30 stocks in the US, while NASDAQ 100 is the top 100 tech stocks in the US, right? So I wouldn't necessarily say it's more volatile. I think US30 is more volatile. And the reason for that is because there is there's only 30 stocks in the US30, right? So in order for US30 to move, one of these stocks can fail. Like say, for example, let me just pull up the index for it. So looking over here, right? If you have one stock here that's doing really bad, so let's see. Like Home Depot is down 4 points, right? If Home Depot is down 4 points, this can easily pull price down. You can see right here that there's more green stocks here. Right? There's a lot of green stocks here for US30. Let me refresh it. So there's a lot of green stocks here, but look what's happening with US30. It's dropping down super heavily, right? So you have like one or two stocks that are not performing well, and it's dropping US30 down. Like, let's see how many pips did it drop down from? It dropped down like 4,000 pips, right? That's a big drop for US30 if it's just two stocks. The NASDAQ has 100 stocks, right? So if you look at the NASDAQ over here, NASDAQ has 100 stocks here. Like you can see here that it's pretty even, right? It's like half green, half red. If one of these stocks drops, like for example, energy, Enphase Energy here is 9-point change right here. Even though it's dropped 9 points, I don't think this is enough to really drop the entire index, right? Because you have so many green stocks here. Costco is up 23 points, right? So they're going to balance each other out. So I wouldn't necessarily say that they are that they're like one's more volatile than the other. I think a lot more can change with US30 if like one stock is like screwing up, right? If one stock's not doing good, this can just come dumping down, or two stocks, right? Say, for example, Home Depot and Goldman Sachs are down like 10 points or 5 points. This thing will come crashing down super heavily versus NASDAQ, right? NASDAQ, it has 100 stocks. So there's more balance in NASDAQ. So a lot of people like to trade S&P rather than US30 and NASDAQ because there's 500 stocks in S&P, right? When there's 500 stocks in S&P, it moves a lot slower because it takes a lot of stocks to make the actual index move. So, yeah, I mean, short question to your answer is no, I don't think NASDAQ is necessarily more volatile. It was volatile during COVID because the US companies were just not open, right? There's nothing going on with the US companies. NASDAQ was open because everyone was on these tech stocks like Zoom, everything that was all tech basically, and stuff was just moving so fast. So during COVID, yeah, NASDAQ was probably more volatile, but overall, in general, US30 is in my opinion, more volatile. And it's more riskier to trade if you don't know what you're doing, because you can easily get blown out of your account, within a couple of seconds if one of these companies starts to fail. Typically, they won't fail that badly though. They'll recover. You have a big drop like this, but then it'll recover at some point. So that is the main comparison between US30 and NASDAQ. They're totally different indices and futures. So it just depends on like what you like to trade. If you like to follow, and the thing I don't like about NASDAQ myself personally is that for US30, these companies like almost never change, right? They change like maybe once a year or once every like 5-10 years. Like they never take these companies out. So you already know how these companies, how they move and how they react to, things in the market. The NASDAQ here, these companies change like every day. So if you look at these companies here, there's companies here you've never heard of, right? And like the next day, you'll see some of these companies get pulled out, like Keurig over here, right? Keurig, this might get pulled out because I don't see too many people buying Keurigs anymore, right? So Keurig's not really as popular as it used to be. So this is probably gonna get removed at some point. Lululemon's probably gonna get pulled out at some point as well. All right, man, maybe not anytime soon, but probably. There's just a lot of companies here that you never heard of, and then randomly they'll get removed and they'll be like, okay, I don't know what companies are in here anymore. The big names though, so like the big names that you'll always understand will be some stuff like, Booking Holdings Inc. This will probably always be there. O'Reilly Automotive, stuff like that. But these smaller companies here, like Lucid, I don't know how long Lucid is going to be on here. I don't even like Lucid as a car. So they might get removed at some point. Sirius too. I'm surprised Sirius is still on here. I don't know who pays for Sirius when you can pay for Spotify and stuff like that. So, I mean, it goes more in depth, but it just depends on like how in depth you want to go. Anyways, you guys aren't missing anything over here. I know we're going a little off topic, but there's nothing going on with US30 at the moment. Looks like price might be correcting back up at the moment. So you can see price drop below and it's swinging right back up. Same with the 10-minute over here. Price didn't really close below it. And now it's attempting to bounce to the upside a little higher. So we're kind of just waiting for a confirmation. So we're looking for a confirmation of trend and looking for a confirmation of momentum. So in order for us to take any of these entries here, or the momentum, let's see, momentum scalp or momentum scalp variation, we need to confirm the overall trend, right? We don't have that confirmation yet because price keeps going back and forth. Right now, the 1 minute is bearish. So let me take a look real quick. 1 minute's bearish because price is below the pivots. Let me just turn off the volume real quick. All right, so price is below the pivots. The trend meter is red here on the 1 minute, so this is bearish. The 5 minute over here is still bullish because price is like, although it's below the pivots, the trend meter is still green, and price is attempting to swing right back above it, right? So this here is considered bullish, neutral. This is bearish, and the 10 minute over here is still bullish. So this is bullish, bullish, neutral, and bearish. None of them align, so there's no entries for us to take here on the 1 minute. Until we get an alignment of direction, then we can start looking for trades, whether they're buys or whether they're sells. Yeah, no problem, City. Yeah, I know a lot of people don't realize that, like, you know, like I remember one time someone was asking, you know, what's the number behind US30 and NASDAQ 100, and a lot of people don't realize that that's like just the number of stocks in the index. But I mean, they're both like good assets to trade. Like, for example, if US30 is not really moving too much, like you can go over to NASDAQ. They do move kind of similar sometimes, but usually they don't move similar. The ones that move similar of each other is like S&P. So a lot of people consider S&P the little brother of US30. And then if you're trading European assets, you can trade the UK 100. That's similar to NASDAQ 100. And you can trade the DAX as well. The DAX is different now, though. It used to be DAX 30. I think it's like DAX 55 now or something. They added more stocks to the index. So each country has their own like indexes. A lot of them are similar companies, though. They're just different, similar companies in different locations. Let's see, Christian's asking, where can I see the profits on MetaTrader app since it has changed since the last time I used it? So you might have like touched your settings, Christian, but your profits will show either under account history or trade under terminal. So if you want to turn on terminal, just go up to the top, click view, and then there's going to be a button that says terminal there, or you can hit Control T. That'll open the terminal below. If you want to see what your anticipated profits would be on the FTMO Quick Trade Manager, you just have to turn on the Quick Trade Manager, and it'll show you on the side panel. But yeah, you can look at under either trade or account history. That's where it'll show your profits. If you're on your phone, then it would be under it would just be under your, see, I forgot where it's at. On your phone, it would be under history, and that's where it show your profits. But all right, guys, there's nothing for us to take right now because there's no direction set. If you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. We have some downtime right here, so if there's anything that you guys are confused with, if you guys need help with anything, just, you know, go ahead and drop your questions in the chat. If you guys are following me on social media, you guys might have seen that I posted something up last night. So just because, you know, I've never really done this where I offered mentorship for free. I'm opening up mentorship for like 1 month for friends and family. So that's open to you guys too. If you guys are on the YouTube channel, or if you guys have friends or family who have been wanting to trade or like trade with us, and you guys have, you know, people have been seeing your success, I'm opening that up to like basically everybody. I'm not going to be openly advertising it because I don't want like, you know, hundreds of people joining our group and stuff like that. I'm just opening it up to friends and family. So whoever, you know, even if you're here, and if you guys were members in the past and you guys are just here on the YouTube now, but you guys have been like on the fence to like rejoin the group, you know, this is open to you guys. You know, typically like a couple times of the year, I like to give back, and this is that time. And I think it's going to help us as well, because it's going to help me revisit the strategies and just, you know, have proof of concept here. So if I have like brand new traders come into our group and then they're applying our strategies we're applying here in these live sessions, and you see success from these people, then it's just proof of concept, right? It shows that this actually works, and it'll like hopefully help a lot of you guys here who are struggling, you know, really get stuff down. So just, you know, keep that in mind. I think that's something you want to be interested in too, Douglas, because I know we talked about this during our last mentoring session. So it'll be in February. I just need to wrap up the course. So if you guys remembered, I was putting together like a 2.0 to the course, where it's going to be pretty much just focused on what we do here in the live session. Once I finish that up, then it'll be available to you guys. So just, keep an eye out for that. It's going to start sometime in February. So we'll, I'll give you guys updates on how that's going to play out. I was going to do it in January, but I just never got a chance to finish the videos. And of course, anyways, there's nothing going on with US30 right now, guys. Price is still going sideways until we have a confirmation as to where price is going. There just isn't anything for us to do right now. The 10 minutes still bullish, 5 minutes still bullish. The 1 minute here is very indecisive. It's still bearish. So if this is bearish and these are bullish, there's no alignment with regard to the direction of trend. This also has a sell signal, so we need another buy signal here before we can start looking for buys. But we'll see what happens. So we have news coming up right here at 7 o'clock. Hopefully this will push price one way or the other. I don't really care if it pushes price up or pushes price down. I just want price to get pushed somewhere. So this is a high impact news right here. We have ISM services PMI and factory orders coming up at 7 o'clock. When that happens, then we will see where this pushes price. All right, some more profits over here from Christian. Christian said small profits with lower lot size with a breakout strategy. Nice work, Christian. Yeah, so Christian locked in a total profit of 236 for the day. Nice work, Christian. Great start to your account right there so far. Douglas over here locked in a total profit of 1,503. And then his second account over here, 15,653. Wow, it's crazy. So nice work right there, Douglas. He caught the drop, right? Corrected right back down. Patricia over here as well. Patricia locked in a total profit of 10,105 for the day. All wins, no losses. Nice work, Patricia. She caught the correction back down as well. You can see her sells right here. She caught it as it started to turn right back down. So great work right there, Patricia. Kevin over here. Kevin said he took the pre-market trades with bigger lot sizes and lowered his lot size for open. So he took the breakout here as well. Total profit of 5,661 for the day. All wins and no losses. Nice work, Kevin. All right, then we got, see what else I've got over here. I know, right? See. Yeah, no, I was only going to open it to like, immediate family and friends, but I might as well just open it up to everybody. This is probably the only time I'll do it this year, or ever. I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. If people take advantage of it, then I might not do it again, but we'll see how it plays out. Anyways, Kevin over here as well. Kevin locked in some more profits. He said, made some more, locked in a total profit of 6,523 on a Tango account. Nice work, Kevin. Yeah, solid work right there. And then we got Dre over here. Nice work, Dre. So Dre just got funded, apextraderfunding.com. Nice. Awesome work right there, Dre. Yeah, so Dre over here locked in a 250K account. Nice. I've never heard of this company. I might as well check them out. Apex Trader Funding. Check that out. For futures, okay. It's cool. Yeah, and I'll check them out and see where this goes. Nice. Yeah, they're on Ninja Trader. All right, cool. So back to the charts over here, guys. Here's the news that just came out. News drop right here at 7 o'clock. Market news price. I like when news falls in between these other red flags because we don't have to worry about it later. All right, so news kind of pushed price up a little bit right here. So price is now starting to correct to the upside. If this is the case right here, then this is perfectly fine. We'll start looking for some buys as price continues to move along over here. Let me go and just clean this up over here because we're not taking any of these trades. I just want to look at the volume as price continues to push up right here. Let me go and turn on the volume over here as well. All right, lots of volume right here on the news candle, of course. That's not really much of a surprise. We knew that was going to happen. Okay, so price is now pushing up right here. So this technically right here, when price came back up on this candle, this was technically a momentum scalp variation. It was not really one that you could take though, because there was no confirmation of overall trend. But if everything here was bullish, then this right here would actually be a momentum scalp variation. Because price pulled down below here, we had a sell signal, price corrected back up, and this candle right here was the first candle to close above the pivots. So CSUK actually caught it. So nice work, CSUK. CSUK caught the buy right there for the momentum scalp variation. It wouldn't be a clean entry though, because there was no confirmation of trend. The only way you could really confirm the trend here is if you drew the trend yourself, right? So if you drew, let me just go over here real quick. So if you drew your own trend lines like this is how you would know that it was bullish, right? The only reason we knew it was bullish is because it was already bullish pre-market. So it was bullish up here, price retraced down super heavy. This is why you can't rely on the trend meter down here, because the trend meter is laggy. It's not going to change until like there's a strong confirmation that price is actually shifted. So if you drew your own trend line here, you would have seen that, okay, this is still bullish because price was just retracing super hard. So Sisu caught it. I didn't catch it, so it's all good. But I just wanted to note that there in case you guys were wondering if that would be a momentum scalp variation. You know, if overall trend was bullish, retracement candle right here, retracement below the pivots, correction back to the up right here, and then that would be the entry on that point. Yeah, Sisu said it was definitely not clean, very choppy. Yeah, I agree too, Sisu. Not one that I would take, but I'm glad you locked in profits off it. Anyways, price still hasn't confirmed here yet, still bouncing back and forth. You can see where price rejected off directly off the opening price right here, this blue line. So again, this is another example why I have these red flags here and why I don't trade around these areas, because you can see where price gets manipulated. Same with this right here, right? Price came below, faked out, came right back up, went sideways for a bit, and then shot up. But a lot of fake outs right here, and there's just no consistency. Same with this right here. Price came up, faked out, double wick right there on the opening price, and then it came down. So I don't trade around any of these areas. So if price comes down here, not taking any trades. Price comes up here, not taking any trades. It's just not a good area to trade. Easy to get stopped out if your stop loss is too tight. Gotcha. Sisu sent me the chart. Yeah, nice work right there, Sisu. Sweet entry right there. Saw your picture right there, Sisu. All right, David over here posted some profits. So David said, for the first time, held a trade for a long time. Thanks to your analysis and consistent work. God bless you, Sean. Definitely, David. So David over here locked in a total profit of 2,912. Yeah, this is huge, David, compared to your other trades, right? So David doesn't really hold trades too much, but he listened to my analysis here, took the trade with his strategy or whatever he was applying, and then he held on to it. So he made 2,910 off that trade right there. It typically goes for like $200. You know, his trades are a lot smaller, $100, $200, never above 1,000. But right here, he locked in a total profit of 2,912. So amazing work right there, David. Yeah, sometimes it's good to just hold on to your trade. If you feel comfortable with it, just hold on to it. You know, move your stop loss and profit as price continues to move along. But if you're comfortable with it, you know, hold on to it for as long as you like. Hey, Nick, how's it going? Morning. All right, Oi over here as well. So Oi posted up his profits over here at 702, locking the total profit of 1,830. So it looks like Oi took this as price was pushing up earlier. Seems like the breakout that we were looking at, or some of it. Actually, he took it right here just recently. So he took it as price started to swing above. It looks like he might have taken that variation scalp, Oi, because this entry came up right here at 701. This is the same one that Sisu took. So the one that Sisu took over here, looks like that's the same entry you took as well. Took the correction back to the upside. So nice work right there, Oi. All right, guys, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put your questions in the chat. There's still no confirmation of direction. You can see price still going back and forth right here. However, the 5-minute and 10-minute is bullish. So we're looking for the 1 minute here to confirm the direction to the upside. Once the 1 minute here continues to push up higher, then this will give room for possible entry. But there just isn't anything here for us to take at the moment. Hey, Gary, morning. All right, so I don't think there's any other news today either. So let me just refresh this. Aside from the Fed's going to speak later today at 8:15, but we have, I mean, it's a lot of time until that happens. By that point, we'll be done with our live session for the day. Looking over here at my FX book, sometimes my FX book has extra news, but there's nothing today. It's just the Fed speech later an hour from today, or from now. So later on at 8:15, Fed Cook and Fed Bostic is going to be speaking. And then an hour later, Fed Barkin is going to speak. And then later in the afternoon, Fed Bostic is going to hop right back on the mic. So what I do recommend is no more trading after this live session. I guess today's Christmas in Europe. I don't know other countries held Christmas on different days, but it says here Europe Christmas on the 6th and on the 7th. I didn't realize other countries held Christmas on different days. Well, I mean, it's not going to affect us because we're not trading. Market's going to be closed. But yeah, it's interesting. Anyways, let me refresh CNBC real quick. CNBC, everything here is still pretty much bullish. Dow's up, S&P's up, Nasdaq's up, Russell 2K's up. The VIX is down less than a point, so it's not really that crazy. Yeah, I think that's it. Man, it's crazy. I feel like this isn't like televised as much anymore, but the war is still going on. Or I mean, the ceasefire is going on right now, but the war is still technically going on in Europe. And it's crazy how everyone kind of just forgot about it. Anyways, back to US30 over here. Price is now pushing up. This is a good sign because this is showing that price is going to correct to the upside, or not really correct, but it's going to continue pushing up. If this is the case right here, then the things that we're looking for now is, so let me just go over the requirements again. First, you want to confirm you're trading in the direction of overall trend. We already confirmed that because the 1 minute here is bullish, 5 minutes bullish, and then 10 minutes bullish. So after confirming those three right there, we have step one confirmed. Let me go ahead and put a little marker right there. So we already confirmed the overall trend, right? For momentum scalp, let's look over to the 10-minute. You need to confirm momentum on the 10-minute time frame. We have a bullish momentum right here, so that is going to be confirmed. Next, you want to confirm momentum on the 5-minute time frame. We have a pending momentum right here. So if this here closes with the buy signal on the 5, then we can move on to step 3. Step 4. So we have step 3 for momentum scalp. Once we have a buy signal on the 5-minute, we can move on to step 4 and we can take entry. For the momentum scalp variation, we've confirmed the overall trend. We now need to confirm a retracement momentum signal. So what we need here is we need a sell signal to come up. Basically, price is pushing up right here. So price is pushing up right here. We need to confirm a retracement. And then when price continues back up, this is where we're going to be making our entry. Right. So, and we're just starting right now. We're still like in the beginning phases right now of these requirements. So once we get a sell signal, then we can possibly continue to ride it up. One thing that I'll be looking for here as well is the momentum failure strategy that we discussed yesterday. If you guys are not familiar with that, you guys might want to rewatch the live session from yesterday. It's a little thing that CT came up with. Basically, we're looking for momentum to show against the trend. So like, for example, we have a bullish trend here, right? So if we get a sell signal over here and the volume is less than average, then odds of it continuing up higher is very likely. So that's kind of what we're looking for. We're just looking for a sharp correction back in the direction of price. It's not one of the official strategies, but it's going to be one that I'm going to be looking at. But, just to clarify with you guys, these are the main strategies we're going to be applying, right? Momentum scalp and momentum scalp variation. These two are the main ones we're applying during the live session. On top of that, pre-market, we're going to be looking at the breakout 2.0. So basically 3 main strategies here. The one strategy that might be added to this live session will be the momentum failure. The reason for that is because all the strategies are based off this one strategy right here. So every strategy we apply are based off this one. They're just different variations to the strategy that provide for different entry points. So you can see here the momentum scalp variation is like literally the same strategy. It's just you're taking different entry point. Typically, this will happen first and this will happen after it. But if you start to apply the other one that we're testing right now, the momentum failure, or I might call it momentum scalp failure, just so that it all has the same name, that entry will usually come first. So there's going to be one entry, then followed by the variation, and then followed by the momentum scalp. So it's a trio of trades, basically a trifecta of one strategy that you can apply throughout the live sessions in the morning. So we will we'll see where that goes. All right, let's see. Kenny over here sent me a link. So what do you got here, Kenny? All right, so Kenny said, or this link that he sent me mentioned House holds a January 6th remembrance event. Thanks, Kenny. Yeah, I'm not really expecting this to affect the market too much, but it's good to know that there's still other stuff going on behind the scenes over here. So thanks, Kenny, for that link. Let's see. Maria said 5. Okay, it might have been a typo. Maria just might have accidentally typed something there. Anyways, I'm looking over here for, okay, so we have a sell signal right here that's pending. This might be one of those momentum failure entries. I'm not gonna, well, I'm just gonna mark it up right here. So you guys, this isn't an official strategy yet. It's just one that I'm gonna mark up here. I think this thing here is like a pretty big candle though, but and it's right at opening price. So not exactly a good entry to take, but this is just going to be an example of the momentum scalp failure if it closes. So if we get a sell signal here and the volume is lesser than average, then it's going to be a possible momentum scalp failure entry. I'm marking it up because we're just testing the strategy real time. This is the only way we can really test it because I don't like back testing strategies too much because they don't really test your trade psychology and doesn't really test, you know, how you're following the market. So this right here, and it's too late. I already hit CP. Damn it, I missed it. CT, did you take a trade? I don't know if CT is here right now. My CT's not even here. Damn. So yeah, this is the trade I was just referring to, right? So here's what I was looking for this entry. It went straight to TP, like literally blasted right through it. It was at opening price though, so probably not one that I would want to take. This here as well is going to be a momentum scalp variation. So we have overall trend for bullish, retracement, momentum signal right here, price closed below, and then this candle right here is the entry for the momentum scalp, but the candle's too big and it's also at opening price. So I can't take that trade there, but this is going to be an entry for a momentum scalp variation. Yeah, and you guys can see here how these entries line up, right? So that's why I'm interested in including this strategy with our other two strategies here, because the first entry right here, and then there goes another full TP. And then there's probably gonna be another full TP after. So you guys can see this, the way that this works, right? First, we have the momentum failure here. This would have been a full TP. And then there's a momentum scalp variation right here, another full TP. And then if we get a buy signal over here, it's going to be another entry right after full TP. So you get 3 back-to-back wins if you were to take, you know, these entries here. So you guys can see how quick that happened, right? You would have had a full TP right away. You would have taken this right here. You would have won again, second entry, full TP. And then if this buy signal here closes, you'd have another full TP right after. So you have like 3 back-to-back wins in like one tight time period. Like literally in 3 minutes, you would have had 3 full TPs or 2 full TPs. It's very lucrative. So that's why I'm looking to incorporate that strategy. Unfortunately, I missed it. I wasn't really paying attention. The candle closed and I was supposed to hit buy right away and I couldn't take it. There's one that's coming right here, but the volatility is very low. So I don't think I'll be taking this trade here, guys. This trade might hit. This is going to be, if it closes, it'll be a momentum scalp, like a regular momentum scalp. But I think I'm going to sit out on this one right here, guys. because the volume here is very low. And the candle here might be a little too big. Yeah, the candle is way too big. So another red flag over here. So for the variation over here, this wouldn't have been an entry because price was at opening price, that blue line. And then this one right here is a momentum scalp entry, but it's not going to be one that I plan on taking because the candle prior to entry is just way too large. So if it retraces back at all, it's just going to stop you out. So yeah, but you guys see like how like lucrative this is, right? If you guys can take all three entries and they're all like lining up perfectly, then so this right here is a momentum scalp entry. I'm not taking it because the candle is just way too big. I think it's going to hit TP though because the volume's there, but the candle here is just way too large. If it retraces back, it'll stop you out, right? So I'm not looking to take that risk right there. I think it's going to hit TP though because the volume is there right here. Usually when there's a big volume like that, it'll just blast right through. But the problem is this candle is too big. So typically when you get a candle that's this big, price will retrace back to either the halfway mark, or it'll retrace back to the entire candle. So you can see here, we kind of dodged a bullet because if you entered a trade right here, it's retracing back super hard. That's why we don't typically take trades when the candle is too large. So red flags when to avoid trades when the candle prior to entry is too large, because there's probably going to be room for retracement. If anything, if price swings back up from this point, then it could be a possible good late entry. But I think at the moment, it's still kind of risky. So if I was to make a late entry, I'd put a buy stop right there. I'm still kind of tempted to enter it, but I don't know if I want to yet because the volume there is kind of died down a bit. So we'll see how this plays out. Looks like it's going to hit, and it looks like it did blast right through. I actually took the trade, guys. I'm not going to count the trade as a profit though. I just want to be transparent with you guys because I was kind of iffy on the fence about it, and I was looking at it, and I was like, do I want to enter this trade? And then I just ended up hitting buy, and then it went straight to my TP. Got some slippage though. I only logged in 860 off that trade, but I mean, it's all good. I'm not going to count that trade, guys. So just FYI, I don't want you guys to think that I'm like sneaking trades in there. But typically, whenever I take trades like this, like say, for example, I see a good entry, right? The reason why I thought this was a good entry is because we had the trifecta here, right? We had the momentum failure right here. We had the momentum variation, scalp variation, and then we had a momentum scalp right here. So my guess was that, okay, this thing is probably going to retrace back a little bit, but when it comes back up, it's going to blast right through TP. And that's exactly what happened. So yeah, it looks like Natasha took it as well. Yeah, no, if you guys locked in profit off this, great. So I took this trade too. I just took it as a late entry. That was kind of what I was kind of mumbling and rambling about. I said, whenever there's an entry that's too large like this, the candle is too big, whenever it traces like this, I will generally enter when price comes back up. So as price came back up right here, I entered the buy, and then it just blasted right through my TP. Gave me partial profit, but it's all good. Today's one of the riskier days. You know, if today wasn't NFP, I would have been a little more I would have been a little more willing to take these riskier trades, but I'm just worried that price will just kind of whipsaw around here. So I'll just give an update in the group real quick so that you guys can see this right here, and I'll just replay it. So let's just go back and I'll replay everything that happened right here. So I can show you the 3 entries that came up, not entries that I would necessarily be really comfortable taking, but you know, I should just put the requirements here. So this is going to be the 3rd strategy that we're basically going to be lining up with our live sessions. It's not an official strategy yet, but I've been testing it, and every entry hits, like literally every entry hits. So I think it's going to be good. So we'll just call this momentum scalp failure. So 1, confirm trading. So I'll align the requirements here the same. Confirm overall trend on 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute, 2. What else are we looking for? Confirm tracement momentum signal on 1 minute. 3, confirm volume is below average. 4, enter on close of retracement signal. Signal candle 300. TP stop loss. So I'm just going to put this up here because this is something that we're going to be following. It's not an official strategy yet, but I mean, basically it aligns with everything here. I've been testing it pretty much all week, and literally every trade's been hitting. I haven't seen one loss for the strategy right here. And whenever this strategy lines up with this one, so say for example, we get a momentum scalp failure. Say for example, you miss that, like, all right, I missed that trade. Then you get a momentum scalp variation that happens right after it. And then this one hits, this momentum scalp is probably going to hit because it's like, it's a trifecta strategy. Whenever this lines up, it's like a pattern that just lines up right after each other. And I'm looking over here on the YouTube. Kevin says that this is exactly how he trades. So you guys have seen Kevin's profits, right? He's making like 100K, 60K, 80K a day. And this is exactly what he does. So you kind of broke the code right here, Kevin. Sorry for revealing your secret, but I knew something similar to what we do, because I'm like, Kevin takes like very similar trades, but he's like taking like 3 or 4 entries. And now it makes sense because we have these 3 strategies here that line up. And it's basically what Kevin's doing, but Kevin just, he did it without having the strategies kind of lined up. He just saw the patterns on the chart, but it's exactly what he's doing. So yeah, no, thanks for the input, Kevin. Now we know what you're doing. So now, maybe now I'll have my 100K days. Just joking. I'm not going to do anything crazy like that, but you know, at least I'll triple up my profits, or it'll at least build up my confirmation. So like if I do miss these 2 trades here, once I get to the actual momentum scalp, so I'll do like this. I'll put them in order because this is how they come up. Typically we'll get momentum scalp failure first, and then after that momentum scalp variation, and then after that regular momentum scalp. So this is the order that the trades come in. Let me check the charts real quick. I want to see if there's anything else that I'm missing. I just want to make sure we're not missing any trades here. So yeah, there's nothing for us to take right now. There's no movement. I'm going to go ahead and just change this requirement over here on the momentum scalp. Okay. So I'm just going to update this real quick. All right, so I'll go over the whole setup that came up right here real quick. We don't have any entries here, so don't worry, guys. We're not going to miss anything. I'm going to try to zoom through this really quick so that we can just show you guys exactly what we were looking for. So these 3 strategies right here, basically, I'm going to replay to this candle. So for the momentum scalp variation right here, Patricia, first you want to confirm the overall trend, right? We already know everything was bullish here. It was bullish on the 1, it was bullish on the 5, bullish on the 10. We were definitely looking for buys here. Right here, once we've confirmed that, we want to confirm retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute. So we have a retracement momentum signal right here, right? This is a sell signal going against the trend. Once we've confirmed that, you want to confirm volume is below average. So the volume right here, it's below the average, that blue line. Once you've confirmed that, you can just enter on the close of this candle here for 100 pips. And this would be the first entry right here. Boom, full TP, right? So this next candle right here is now going to be a momentum scalp variation. First, you want to confirm the overall trend. We already did that. Pretty much the same strategy, just different entry point. Confirm retracement momentum signal. We have it right here. Confirm price closes past the pivots and retracement. Price close below the pivots right here. Step 4, confirm price close past the pivots in correction. So right back above. And this right here would be the second entry. This is the momentum scalp variation, right? You let that trade run, full TP right there. For the last strategy, you want to make sure that you have a momentum scalp, confirm overall trend. We already did that. It's bullish. Confirm momentum on the 10-minute. We have a buy signal right here on the 10. Confirm momentum on the 5-minute. Buy signal right there on the 5. You let the trade run. You're looking for the buy signal, right? You get the buy signal right here. You line that up. That's going to be the entry. The only red flag here is the candle's too big. So if it retraces back, then it's going to be, you're going to be in a hot zone, right? You don't want to be in that trade. So what I did here when I took the entry is I waited for the retracement. It retraced right there. And then when price came back up right here, I was like, okay, I'll make the entry. And I made the entry, price blasted right through TP and then closed me out. So pretty much 3 strategies right back to back to back. If you miss one, then you can catch the second one. If you miss the second one, you can catch the third one. So it's super easy. It's crazy that I knew there was something here. Like I saw a pattern here that would always play out, but CT was the one that actually brought it to light. He's the one that kind of mentioned like, hey, Sean, check this out. I checked it out and I was like, dang, this really works. And I've been testing it all week, and it like every single trade that I've seen had like literally 0 losses. So it's crazy how it played out. But this is only to be applied during like live trading times, because that's when the volatility is actually high enough to catch these moves. All right, so we have another retracement signal right here. This might be another momentum scalp failure. So I'm not really looking to take any more trades around this area, because you can see that price is actually ranging. So I know this is hard for people to spot sometimes, but this is not a good area to trade in, because when price is ranging like this, it's just preparing for a breakout to the upside or a breakout to the downside. It's not a good area to trade. But if we do get a sell signal right here, this would technically be a momentum scalp failure, as long as the volume is below average. It looks like the volume in general is below average right now. And then from there, this could, probably push through. Let's see, Maddie said quick scalp hit again. Yeah, no, definitely Maddie. Maddie caught 2 quick scalps right now. Nice work, Maddie. Check real quick. So we got some more profits here from CSUK. CSUK locked in a total profit of 15,284 for the day. Nice work, CSUK. Said he was calling it. His other account over here locked in 2,500. Nice work, CSUK. Maddie over here hasn't taken anything yet. But then Maddie finally did take a trade, locking a total profit of 65. Took a smaller lot size, so it's all good. Profit's profit. And that's about it. So Kevin over here locked in a total profit of 7,210. Basically took those buys that we just took. So nice work right there, Kevin. Great profit. Eunice, I see your message. I'll get back to you after the live session. Yeah, Maddie said slippage got him on the first one. Green stripped the failure trade, locked in a total profit of 245. Nice work, Maddie. All right, I didn't even get to screenshot my profits, so let me go and show you guys my profits as well. Nice work, Maddie. Rashid over here as well, locked in all wins, no losses, total profit of 965 for the day. Right work, Rashida. And then her second account over here locked in 890 for the day. Nice work, Rashida. All wins, no losses across both of her accounts. Here, I'm gonna take a screenshot of the trade that I took earlier for the momentum scalp, just so that you guys know which entry I took. Because I'm going to post my profits, and I want you guys to, a lot of you guys like to review it and kind of figure, what did I do to take that trade? And I want to make sure that you guys are aware, so that you guys aren't like confused, why I took that trade and how I made that profit. So typically when I post profits, even though like the risky trades, I'm going to take a screenshot of them so that you guys can see. I mean, there was 3 entries here, so there was a lot of entries that could have been taken, but I will show you guys right here. So there's some sort of explanation as to like why I took a certain trade. All right, price is pushing up higher. There's no entry for us to take right now, but you guys will see. So like when I took this profit right here, you guys can look back and say, okay, he took the breakout. That's why he made the profit right here. And then same with this profit I'm going to post right now. You guys will see that you guys will see where I made this profit from. So I just posted this right here, and then now I'm going to take a screenshot of my profits, and I'll show you guys what I locked in, so that you guys can match it up in case you guys ever want to go back and just rewatch the live session, understand, why did I take that trade? I think that's the main thing. The the way that you guys learn best is from rewatching the live sessions and rewatching the mentoring sessions, because I do the same thing every day. So nothing really changes. It's just you really understanding, why I took a trade, what trade I took, what was my analysis, what did I see in that trade, versus just watching trades in watching the courses, because the course video is going to show you a good amount of info, but it's not going to really show you, the full thought process behind why I took a certain trade or not. Let me check my MFF to see if all the profits are the same. Okay, I'm just going to screenshot one because there's no point in me screenshotting three of the same thing. So my MFF, same profit. My TFF, man, TFF, like, you guys will see, TFF is still on their BS. They're still giving me partial profit, but it's okay. The first trade over here gave me, the first trade gave me more, so it kind of balanced out, but it's still less than what it would have been if they both would have just been how it was supposed to be. So I don't know, TFF has issues with their execution times, I guess, which it's got to deal with, I guess, until find something better. But I'm not going to open another TFF account. I'm just going to keep them that I have. I'll go from there. All right, guys. Let me post up my profits real quick. All right, so here are all of my accounts so far. And don't worry, guys, we're not missing any trades here. I know some of you guys are still looking for entries here. I am too. There's nothing for us to take here. We need a retracement signal to take any type of entry at this point. So here's my main account right here up top. For my main account, I locked in a total profit of 2,170. Here's my FTO number 2. You can see the profits are different. I locked in 3,020 on this account. Here's my MFF number 1. I locked in 2,170. My MFF number 2 locked in 2,170. MFF number 3 locked in 2,170. My TFF, you can see the big profit difference, right? I made 800 on this account. Everything else here made 800. So my FTMOs made 860, 960, 860 on my MFF, but then TFF, of course, shorthanded me, gave me 400, which is fine. I mean, it is what it is. I'm already content with, this is just how this is how they do business, right? They're going to give me wrong profits every time, but it's all good. Locked in 1,833 on this account. And then here's my personal Henko account. I'm kind of debating if I want to keep trading on this account because I'm not really making too much profit. I'm making profit, but it's not really, it's not really worth the effort. I probably would have to deposit more money into the account if I want to take this account more seriously, but I'm taking small lot sizes on here, 23 bucks. I guess this will show you like realistic profits if you guys are trading with a small personal account. Not necessarily an account that I'm using to make huge profits on, but you guys can see, even if you have a small account, I think this account I took out, made a withdrawal. So this only has like 200 bucks in it. You can still make profits on a small account. So showing you the realistic side of trading a small account. Let me just put a little description here. Another profit locked in. I just realized I didn't post my profits in any of the other groups. It's all good. So I'll just copy these over real quick. And I'm still looking at the chart, guys. Don't worry. We're not missing anything here. I'm looking at the charts with my 2 eyes. I got one eye looking over here and I got one eye looking at my Telegram. There's nothing that we're missing now. In order for us to have an entry here, we need to have a sell signal. So until we have a sell signal here, there's not going to be any entry. For momentum scalp failure, we need a retracement momentum signal, variation momentum scalp signal, and then same with the regular momentum scalp. We need to have a retracement here, which we do not have yet. So let me go and just copy this over to my saved messages. I'll post this up in the other groups over here, which I haven't yet. And then also over here. And then lastly, just one more other place here. I'm not trying to spam the message you guys, but I just haven't posted these up yet. So that's why I'm posting them up right now. So you guys might get a bunch of notifications if you're on all the groups. All right, some more profits over here. Let me just check real quick. Kevin over here. So Kevin said he's up 8K on his TD account, just trading Hanko and TD today. So on this account over here, he's up 8,195. Nice work, Kevin. All right, guys, solid. So yeah, if there's any more profits that you guys want to share, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, let me just knock out all these questions real quick. I know some of you guys asked questions here, but I wasn't able to get to them. So let me go over here to the YouTube real quick. On the YouTube, let's see. Kevin said, what you're explaining now is exactly how I trade. I stack my entries when I want direction is going. Basically, using price action momentum with some other confluences, it's very lucrative. Yeah, exactly. I think this is going to be really useful to us moving forward because say, for example, we see a momentum scalp failure and we're just like not really comfortable with it. We can wait for the next entry here. That should happen right after it. Momentum scalp variation. If this comes up, then this is probably going to hit as well. And then on top of that, if you miss these two trades and then you see actual momentum scalp right after, then odds of that trade hitting is, very likely. So I think this is a good game plan here, guys, because the thing is, if you see one entry here and you miss it, then you're fine because you'll have another one right after. And if you miss that one, you'll have the finale right here, like the last entry that will follow up after these two entries. So you basically have three chances to lock in profit. And I think that'll give you guys a lot of leeway, especially for you guys who are just like, you get nervous when the entry comes up. Like if you see this happen right here and you get nervous, then it's fine to skip it. If it hits, this one's probably going to hit. And if this one hits, the last one's probably going to hit as well. Another question over here. Camo said, I'm hitting you up. Need to know how to use the news site you used. Was in a sell and news killed me. Yeah, Camo. So, I mean, it's the same news site we've been using like for the past, and we've been using Forex Factory. I've been using for since I started trading. Yeah, so the news right here happened well, if you pull up the calendar right here, Camo, it'll show you the day, right? So today's Friday, January 6th. It has all the news events right here. You just want to avoid trades when news happens because, like you said, the news killed you. But you could have easily avoided it if you knew there was news at 7. So if you see there's news here at 7, then just don't trade at 7 o'clock. That's basically how we use the news. There's Forex Factory, and then sometimes there's news also on my FX book. So if it's not on Forex Factory, it's usually be on my FX book. And I think that's pretty much all that I use for the most part. JK is asking about gold. So let me check. So JK, are you talking about gold on the higher time frames or the lower time frames? I don't know if you're still here, but I'll check gold for you real quick. So looking at gold right now, here's the lower time frames. It's obviously bullish, right? So looking at gold over here, I'd probably be looking for buys. You can use the same strategies we're using here on gold. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. So like looking over here on the 1 minute, there was so this would be considered a momentum failure. So I don't know if it works very well on gold because gold works a lot differently compared to US30. I think it's a lot more erratic. It's not really one that I like to trade, but there was a momentum scalp failure right here. I don't know what your TP stop loss would be because it's not going to be the same as US30, of course. It moves a lot differently. But if it was, so that'd be the momentum scalp failure right there, right? Full TP off that one. That's the first entry. Momentum scalp failure, and then momentum scalp variation. This green candle right here that closed above the pivots, that would be the second entry right there, right? And then right here would be the actual momentum scalp. So it's still running right now. It's currently in drawdown, but it is running right now, and it looks like it's about to blast through TP. So the same exact strategies I use here for US30, you can use these for NASDAQ, S&P, gold, anything that's highly volatile. It works because this is a momentum strategy. So like if the market's moving, you can see here for gold, the same exact thing that we just saw right here for US30 is still playing out for gold here. And it looks like this is about to blast through TP on this 1 minute time frame. So it's super lucrative. I mean, you can trade whatever you like. You don't have to trade US30 like us. I personally like trading US30 because I think it's more smooth and it's more accurate, but the same strategy right here is playing out. So on the shorter time frames for gold, you guys can see my analysis still works the same way. This is bullish here on the 1 minute, 5 minute, and 10 minute. Going over here in the higher time frames, looking at gold here, this is also very bullish. So right here, you can see the 8 hour, 4 hour, and 1 hour are bullish. So if I was to look for an entry here, I'd look for the same thing. I'd probably be looking for buys here. It is hitting resistance right here though, so might not be a good time to make entry, but gold is still very bullish. So yeah, just quick analysis there. If there's any specific time frame you want me to look at, JK, or if there's any type of strategy you apply, you can just give me the requirements. I can pull it up on here, and then I can use my analysis side by side with yours to see if they line up. All right, next question over here. Douglas, if gold is reaching resistance. Yeah, I can see that too, Douglas. That's exactly what I identified right here. Let's go back to US30. Still nothing here to take. Question from Andrew. Andrew's asking, is the FTMO quick trade manager only for funded or challenges and not for the free trial? So Andrew, send me a message on Telegram. I have the download. So I have the download for you that you can use. I'm not sure if it works on the trial account, but I'm assuming it does. So if you message me on Telegram, I'll just forward you the file. I forgot who I sent it to before, but I'll find it. I know Maddie sent it to me, so I'll be able to find it in our history. All right, we have a possible momentum scalp failure coming up right here. I think this might be a bit of a risky entry though. We're getting close to 8 o'clock, guys, so it's getting time for us to get off the live at 8. So I'll see how this candle here closes. The volume here looks like it may be a little high, but we'll we'll see how it closes here. You got, so here's the tricky thing about this momentum scalp failure. You're waiting for the volume here. The volume is too high, so it does not look like we're going to have an entry here for a momentum scalp failure. This might just be an actual reversal. See the volume here? It's above the average. So this is definitely not going to be an entry for a momentum scalp failure. The tricky thing with this here is that you're looking at two things. You're looking for the momentum signal, and then you're looking for the volume here. So you got to be paying attention. You can't just be looking below here, and you can't just be looking above here, because that would screw up your trade. Yeah, unfortunately, the volume there was too high. Looks like it would have hit TP. Yeah, would have went straight to your profit target right there, because this is a retracement. But unfortunately, no entry at that point. So if this here closes above the pivots, this would technically be a momentum scalp variation. But it looks like the volume here is starting to die down a bit. Patricia said she likes this one. Yeah, are you looking at this variation right here, Patricia? I don't think this is going to close. It's got about a few seconds left on it. Does not look like it's closing, and no, it has not closed. Oh yeah, the failure. Yeah, no, I like it too, Patricia. Shout out to CT, because CT was like talking about it, and I didn't understand what he was talking about until he actually showed me a screenshot, and I was like, man, this thing actually works. I've been testing it, even on the higher time frames. I've been testing it on the 10-minute, and it works well too. You can use like a fixed TP stop loss of 500 pips. Super, super useful. Very lucrative. It's crazy because the thing is, I created these indicators, and we have people in the group who are coming up with these like crazy strategies that work with my indicators. So, this is what I mean about it being full circle, right? This is why I'm offering free mentorship to you guys, because who knows, maybe the next person I mentor, they come up with something crazy that we can apply here on these live sessions, right? And it goes both ways, right? It's just good karma all around. Like, I teach you guys how to trade, I show you guys how to use my tools, and then that could lead to something else. Anyways, this is possibly a momentum scalp entry variation, but I didn't take a trade. So I was waiting for it to close, and it was like right at the pivot, so I wasn't sure to take it or not, but it looks like it's gonna hit TP. It's too late for entry, and it did. Fuck my life. It's okay. I missed the trade there. I was waiting for this here. So I mentioned, first we have the momentum scalp failure, and then following that, we have a momentum scalp variation right here. This one already hit TP. I'm not going to enter it. It's already hit TP. So it's not worth entering at this point. But it was like on the line, so I wasn't thinking about taking it. The volatility here is starting to die down a lot, so it's not really looking too great. Last question from Gary. Gary's asking what trade copier to use. I use Social Trader Tools. That's the one that I use. Gotcha. Andrew over here. Yeah, let me send you the actually, let me. Yeah, I sent it to someone here. I think I sent it to you, right, Christian? I forgot. Let me see. Let me scroll up real quick. Yes, it was to you right here. All right, I'm gonna send this to Andrew. Yeah. So Sisuk here said, Sisuk said CT Sears game changer, awesome find. All these strategies are absolutely the next level. 2001 was good. 2002 was great. Mind blown what's coming for 2023. I know, me too, right, Sisuk? Ready for it. Possible momentum scalp here if it closes with the buy signal, guys. I personally would want volume to be higher than average though, because if volume's too low, you're probably just going to get some consolidation because price is actually ranging right here. Yeah, but this is a momentum scalp. That's probably going to close right here. I missed the trade again. Damn it. Sorry, guys. I missed the trade again. If you guys took it, great. These candles are just closing too fast. As soon as they close, they go straight to TP. I was just moving my mouse over to my MT4. As soon as I moved it over, it already closed in TP. And this thing's, that is what it is. So I literally missed the whole setup here again. There was 3 entries that came up. There was the momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation, and then momentum scalp. They all literally hit full TP right there. And I missed all of them. Fuck. It's okay. I'm still happy with my profits for today, but I missed literally all 3 entries right there. It's just the market's starting to move a little faster, and I'm not able to catch these entries because I'm like kind of trying to explain the entries, and then by the time I'm done explaining them, the trade already hits TP. So it's all good. Yeah, Will said done for the day, hit 2 trades. So this is crazy. If I count all these, well, I'm not going to count these trades, of course, because I didn't take them. I'm only counting the trades that I actually took. If we counted every trade that came up today, we would have had 6 wins today, 6 wins and 0 losses. Actually, 7 wins if you count the breakout. So breakout, full TP, momentum scalp failure, variation, momentum scalp. And then again, right here, momentum scalp failure, variation, scalp, all full TPs. So that's crazy. 7 back-to-back wins on NFP, right? This is a risky trading day, and all the entries hit back to back to back. So I mean, it's all good. I missed those. I literally missed all these entries here. I only took 2 entries for the day, but I'm still happy with my profits. Let's see. Christian over here posted his profits. Total profit of 600 off that trade right there. Nice work, Christian. So you're really getting it. And I can see the green strip right here. You're really getting it, Christian. And I'm glad that you're getting this, because I know me and you had some back and forth, like trying to figure out what your lot size was. But you're actually really getting it. So I'm glad that you're finding this consistency here with these trades. So yeah, no, great work right there, Christian. I know this is like your first, I think, official day trading too. So great start to your trading career here with us, and there's more to come. So let me see if there's anything else here. Yeah, Maddie said, not even gonna lie, I got frustrated when I missed both entries and he tried to get in. Yeah, don't risk it, Maddie. Just close your MT4 and call it a day. Christian said, thanks for every slap. Yeah, no, I might get a little intense, guys, when I'm talking to you guys sometimes. Like if we're talking one-on-one, guys, and it seems like I'm getting pissed off because you guys don't get something, just understand that it's coming from a good place, right? I'm like, I want to make sure that you don't blow your account when you trade with me. So I will get frustrated sometimes, but I'm only doing that because I don't want you guys to blow your account. And I know a lot of you guys get excited and you want to lock in a bunch of profit, but I want what's best for your account, which is to keep it active and not blow it within like, your first week or first month trading. Anyways, Anelli over here posted his profits, full TPs over here, straight wins, no losses, total profit of 1,960 for the day. Great work, Anelli. Man, you guys are killing it today for NFP. I wasn't even expecting on taking any trades today, but just looking at everyone's profits from today's live session, I mean, you guys absolutely killed it. Just looking at this here, congrats to Dre over here as well, getting funded. But yeah, we have a lot of profits to post today. So got a lot of stuff to cover. Let's see, question from PC. PC is asking, how is this green candle momentum failure as it bullish? This is a regular momentum scalp, PC. It's not a momentum scalp failure. So I think you might be a little confused with the strategies here. This was a momentum scalp failure. This right here was a momentum scalp variation, and this is a regular momentum scalp. These go in order. So I think that's kind of where you might have been confused, PC. This is a regular entry, momentum scalp. So let's see. DeAndre, yeah, and I saw your question above to DeAndre for the other example. I'll go over another example for you so that you can see it. DeAndre said, hey, Sean, 100 points is 10 points for futures, right? Yeah, that is correct. It is, so 10 points equals 100 pips. You just add a 0 to it. Yeah, Christian said, I appreciate that and understand you care. Yeah, no, definitely, Christian. Maddie said he's up 3% for the week. He's out. See y'all next week. Have a great weekend. Yeah, definitely, Maddie. I'll see you on Monday. All right, so let me show you another example of the momentum scalp failure, guys, for DeAndre. If there's any questions you guys have, drop your questions in the chat. I'm here to help you guys out. So like whatever you guys need help with, or if you guys want more examples, just ask away and I'll answering your other questions. It's 754 right now. So it's getting really close to 8, guys. So I'm not looking for any more entries. So if there's any other questions that you guys have, just go ahead and drop in the chat. I'll stay on for as long as we have questions, and then we'll probably wrap it up for the week. So yeah, let me go over here real quick. I'm going to show you DeAndre another example. So these entries, I only apply them during live session hours, or basically when the market's open. There's an entry right here, but this isn't one that I would take. Obviously, you can see go straight to T. Oh, actually, you wouldn't even take this trade because this is after news. NFP was right here, so you wouldn't have to take any pre-market trades. You can see how crazy the market was. But let me show you over here. Sometimes it does hit during Asia. I don't recommend it, but I was kind of tripping out last night because I was showing CT and the guys here in the group. I was like, man, this thing hits like even like during off hours. But only when there's volatility. So you have to have like at least some sort of volatility in the market, because if you don't, then you're going to get caught in like holding on to a trade for too long. These momentum scalp failure entries usually hit on the next candle. So let me go back to yesterday's market real quick, because this is like the best time to really see them play out. So here was market at this was yesterday's trading session. So here's another key thing too. You guys have to catch it when price is like outside of the pivots. I think I might need to add another requirement here. Let me add one more requirement: confirm retracement momentum signal on the 1 minute. So I need to add one more requirement here. Sorry, guys. Confirm price retracement from this is something I need to cover with CT, because CT did mention this yesterday during the live session. He was mentioning that price has to come from outside the pivots, because if it's like the pivots are too close, then it's not going to be a good entry, because you're probably just going to get a reversal from there. Like when the pivots are too close to each other. So let me just show you an example right here. This is another better example, I guess. So let me replay this right here. All right, so this was at 10:36 a.m. Yesterday, Thursday. So we were off the live already, but this was still during a New York trading session time. Confirm overall trend. I think the trend here was bullish. We just assume that because it was bullish yesterday. Confirm price retracement from the outside of the pivots. From outside the pivot. So you can see price was outside the pivots right here, right? Let me just turn off the high lows because we're not using that. All right, so price was over here outside the pivots, right? Here's the retracement as price comes down. It's retracing right here. So confirm price retracement from outside the pivots. It was outside, came back in, confirm retracement momentum signal, which is right here. Confirm volume is below average. This is right here below the average right there. And then now you can enter right there, right? You have that set up right there, DeAndre. Let the trades play out, kind of retraces a little bit or continues a little bit, and then eventually it comes right back up to correction. So at this point right here, this is the correction that you're looking for. And then that goes the example right there. Let me see if I can find another one here. I don't know if there was news happening here at 10, but price started to spike up super heavy right here. So I don't know what was going on. I don't usually trade this late into the session, so I can't really say what was going on there specifically. But let me see if I can find another one here. You can see that it's kind of choppy, right? It's not really smooth. So there's not too many entries right here. But if we go earlier into like the actual live session, and I can't remember if it was bullish or not or bearish, but if we just go back to live session time, which I think was like, you know, I can't remember what was going on yesterday, but anyways, we'll just go to this one right here because the market does look kind of weird. I don't think we really took too many entries yesterday. We took maybe like one, but here's another example right here. So price was obviously bearish. I could just assume here because it's been bearish for a while. So price is pretty much dropping from pre-market up until market open right here. This is at 651. So 651 right here, price is bearish, obviously. Price retraces up right here, confirm overall trend. We'll just assume it was bearish. I can't really say for sure where it was, but I'll say it's bearish here. Confirm retracement from the outside of the pivots. Price is below here, outside the pivots. It's now retracing up. We have a buy signal right here. This confirms a retracement momentum signal. Volumes below average. Take a sell right here. And from this point, this is where your entry would be because you're looking for price to correct back down. Price corrects right there, full TP. And then I think following that, no, price is kind of just going sideways from that point. I was going to see if there was a momentum scalp variation, but I didn't see I think this would be a momentum scalp variation and a momentum scalp, but it was at news price right there. So yeah, there goes the example of the momentum scalp failure. Let me see if there's anything else here that I mean, these were all happening pre-market, so I don't know if I would necessarily take these, but if you look here, there's a lot of entries that would have came up. There's so there's a buy signal right here. You can see it's below average. Could have taken that. That would have been a full TP. And this is all pre-market. Even though I don't trade pre-market, this is another setup there. There's another one right here. Volume is below average. Buy signal trend was bearish. Take the sell from that point. Full TP. So I'm just showing you guys like quick examples here because there's a lot of examples I can show you, but I mean, that would take all day, right? If I was to just sit on here and give you guys examples. So 3 back-to-back full TPs right there. And these are more entries. So like, for example, you have a momentum scalp failure there, and then you have a variation right here. So this would have been like 3 entries. Momentum scalp failure, momentum scalp variation right there. And they usually follow each other. So momentum scalp variation, and then a sell signal right here for actual regular momentum scalp. So 3 back-to-back wins right there. Again, right here, momentum scalp failure. This candle right here would have been a variation. And then this sell signal right here would have been a regular momentum scalp. So if you were to apply this, like these three strategies that I just showed you guys that I do here on the live session, you guys can see how many wins would have came up all morning. There have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like 12 back-to-back wins pre-market. This is only from 5, like this is crazy because this happened from 5:20 up until 6:30. So like within an hour, you would have had like 12, 15 wins within that time period. So if there's anything else you want me to cover on that, DeAndre, just feel free to let me know. I think these examples are pretty self-explanatory, but if there's one that you see and you're a little confused about, just feel free to let me know. The main thing I would recommend though is to only trade it when the market's actually moving. So I wouldn't necessarily trade it during Asia. I wouldn't trade it during London. London sometimes, pre-market maybe sometimes, but it works best when the market's actually moving, like during the live session. But yeah, I mean, it's a ton of opportunities there that you can take. David's asking on volume, what are the MA settings? I have it set to default, David. So if you go to settings over here, it's set to 20. I haven't changed it. The only thing that I turned on here was the MA. So I just turned that on right there so you can see where the average is at. Christian said, I like how the three strategies align because if you don't catch one, you can catch the other. Yeah, exactly, Christian. You have an opportunity there. So if it happens too fast, or if you're kind of slow like me and you miss all three, then it's all good. But if you miss one or two, you can still catch the last one. All right, guys, it's yeah, exactly. We'll say it's nice to have more strategies, more opportunities. Yeah, and the best part is when you have them where they align, right? I think that's the best part because for these strategies here, we're still looking for the same thing, right? We're looking for overall trend. So you're not really looking for anything different. You're kind of just looking for the same exact thing, just, one after the other. And they always come in order. So it's easy to like really follow and expect what's going to happen next. It's just really understanding the patterns in the market. See some more profits over here from Maria. So Maria said, still working on my psychology. I don't let trades run a TP. Must be almost 350 instead of 150. Yeah. So unfortunately, Maria here has been closing a little earlier, which is completely fine, Maria. Stick to what works for you at the moment. But once you get better, you let the trades run. And like you said, you should have had at least 350 instead of about 100 here. So it's all good. But nice work, Maria. I'm glad to see that you're finding that consistency because I know that last time we spoke, your problem was really the consistency factor. Rashida over here. Nice. Rashida killed it. Total profit of 1,120. All wins, no losses on that account. And then Rashida's second account over here, total profit of is 1,220. All wins, no losses as well. So nice work, Rashida. And I think that's it for the profit so far. If you guys have more profits to post up, feel free to post them up. Otherwise, it looks like we're going to wrap this up for the day. One last thing here from Christian. Christian said, I'm sorry, I missed the input for the volume. And also, how do I put the line on the indicator? Yeah. So when you open this right here, Christian, the data here is all default. It's 20. So that's what it is when you open up the chart. That's what you leave it to. And then when you go to style over here, this is checked off. So if you want to check it on, just click that. And then you'll have it checked on. Another thing that I changed here, guys, is this was like at 50%. It's kind of too light. I don't like it where it's too light. I like it where it's dark. So I just move this to 100. So it fills in. And same with the volume over here too. It was like lighter colored, but I like it dark. So I just, I move this to 100 so it could be filled in. So, all right, guys, I think that's it for right now. Let me see. Oh, one question from Sam. Sam said, what do you think of the failure entry at 605? Is that from today, Sam? So 605, I wouldn't have taken it because NFP news came at 5:30, right? So you have like the crazy movement, but let's just take a look at it. So 605, you're talking about this right here. So yeah, I wouldn't take this mainly because, let me just go over here real quick. Because the news happened right here, it's so close to news, like news happened at 5:30 and, price is obviously due for retracement. So this big push right here happened and then price started to retrace from this point. So I wouldn't have taken this here myself personally. Like I wouldn't even dare trading like pre-market right after NFP happened because, the retracement is due to happen right here. But let's just mark it up and see what happened at this point. So yeah, it looks like this one would have went straight to your stop. Well, I don't know. It looks like it could have hit your TP. So I'm looking over here, and on the tool over here, it shows that it hits TP first before it comes down. So it looks like it might have been really tight. Yeah, so like looking at this right here, I mean, obviously we wouldn't take it because of the news, but if you move it forward, so TradingView over here actually marks this as a TP. So if you're going by the data, it looks like your TP actually would have been hit. So I wouldn't take it, but it looks like it does hit right here. But yeah, it's risky. Whenever there's news, guys, so the main times I don't trade pre-market, like for sure, is when there's big news. So for example, if you pull up the calendar here, pre-market is usually 5:30 up until 6:30, right? That's just like right before market opens. You can see here on Friday, high impact news at 5:30. If this happens, I'm for sure not trading pre-market. Same with Thursday over here, pre-market, we had unemployment claims, for sure not trading before that. Wednesday over here, there was no news at 5:30, so I'm like, okay, maybe I'll take something if I see something good. And same with Tuesday over here, there's no news pre-market. So yeah, just be aware, because I've been burned by news before too. Like, you know, even though I've been trading for a long time, I still get caught in news. Like sometimes I get greedy and I see something that looks good, I hop in and it blows my trade. But yeah. All right, so I think that's it, guys. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. You guys can email me at sean@kodikaitrades.com. Otherwise, you guys can message me on Telegram. My user handle is KodiKaiTrades, so I'm pretty easy to find. Otherwise, if there's anything else, you know, feel free to reach out. But I think this is a good time to just call it a trading week. We had a pretty great week so far. No losses, all wins. Unfortunately, no Forex trades. The market hasn't really stabilized from the new year yet. So we're waiting for that to happen. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here on Monday as we kick off the next trading week. But yeah, for this weekend, guys, you know, take some time off. Just don't force anything, because the last thing you want to do is really dig a deep hole for yourself early in the year, and then you're going to have to climb out of it as the year progresses. So just take it easy. The year just started, so you have a whole year ahead of you to really find that success with trading. Otherwise, you know, I'll start my mentorship next month, and I'll try to get everyone on the same page. So, all right, guys, other than that, see you guys then. Have a great rest of your day and have a safe weekend. I'll catch you